Little with Diamond Realty, and today the show is brought to you by KadyTV, and we hope you checked out our previous episodes. Today, I'm joined with Mr. Bob Allen with KadyTV, and we're going to be talking about a little bit about what Good Morning Fillmore is and what we're trying to do, and who is Bob Allen, because he is the man, the myth, the legend behind this all. So, without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend. Bob, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, Adrian. Very, very well.
Good. All right, Bob, just go ahead and let's start by telling us a little bit about you, a little bit about your history, your background.
Okay, as you can see by the background in my own picture, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and bred. My grandparents' generation built 3 schools in New York City that were geared towards creating engineers in the 50s and 60s, and I was privileged enough to go to one of those schools. I was a graduate engineer in chemical engineering, worked for Mobil Oil for 10 years, and I wanted to move to California the worst way with my family. Mobil wouldn't transfer me. Said, let me become an entrepreneur. So,
Well, there you go.
So basically, moved my family to California. We've been so blessed, my wife and I. We have 2 wonderful daughters, both married, living in Ventura County. Each has given us a grandson and a granddaughter. Doesn't get better than that.
So you're living the dream right now.
Almost. It's just a crazy time in this world that I don't think I or anyone else has ever seen.
Yeah. Everyone's really wondering about the future right now. Let me go ahead and ask you this, Bob. I know we've been doing Good Morning Fillmore for a couple months now, and we're just starting to get the snowball rolling, and it's going downhill. And each time it rolls around, we're picking up more snow. So let's just go ahead and tell the people, what is it that you and Good Morning Fillmore are trying to accomplish?
Very good question to start the whole thing, okay? Basically, it is my understanding, and from my knowledge as an entrepreneur, that when you see a void in the marketplace, go after it. That's the way everything really happens. And we've gotten to the point with news media that it can't be trusted. You don't know who to believe, and that's what we're trying to do with Good Morning Film. It's one of the 2 or 3 cities that we're starting a Good Morning show with, and you being the host. What we're trying to do is get the local community members updated with what's going on in their own community.
Right. That's important.
As an example, how many people know 2 weeks ago? I mean, Naval Base Ventura County in Miami is part of Ventura County. How many people know that there was no power or electricity for a whole day 2 weeks ago Saturday?
Yeah.
These are the kinds of things that we should be doing and that you're bringing to the community, is talking with local people about local things that are going on.
Right. And I know a part of this whole blackout situation that's been happening because of either the fires and whatnot. I know about 2 years ago, the subdivision I lived in, we lost water and power for, I think it was like 3 days. Yeah. So that was pretty, surreal. The first time going around, you just don't know, like,
And where do you go to find out?
Exactly.
This would be something that, hopefully in the future, a Good Morning Fillmore, or something along those lines where they can get in touch with Adrian Robledo, okay? Who is the spokesperson for the city of Fillmore and Good Morning Fillmore.
Yes, that is the plan. So I know I asked you what we're trying to accomplish here with Good Morning Fillmore and yourself and KadyTV, but I'm gonna ask you because I love hopes and aspirations and all this. So what is Good Morning Fillmore hoping to accomplish?
To become, very simply, a trusted media source, so that when community members have a question, they know where to go to try and get the answer.
Right.
Give it any simpler than that.
Yes, and I could totally see us having our own studio spot on Central Avenue right there, open to the public 24/7.
Unquestionably. That
Oh,
is our goal. That is the long-term goal.
yes. All right. And so I know, again, we're talking a lot about the program, and people are wondering, well, how can I get involved and how can I be a part of it? Because, there's high school students, even college students, who are looking for different ways to get involved, let's just say with communications or networking or anything like that. So I'm going to ask you, what does Good Morning Fillmore plan on benefiting the community, as well as what can Good Morning Fillmore people or anyone in the county take out of this program?
Okay, let me try and create a situation so that the community does understand what we're trying to do. Okay? We started a Good Morning Santa Paula, followed it up with a Good Morning Fillmore, and what we're doing is creating the model for each city to have their own Good Morning show, so that it would be about what's going on in their own community. The question is, how do we get something like this started so that most people know what's going on? Well, growing up in New York City when television first came out, I know I'm giving my age away a little bit, okay? But the first thing they did, we had 3 baseball teams in Brooklyn, in New York City. And each one of those started a channel, a different TV channel, where all of their home games were put on for free for everybody to watch. I still remember my uncles and father arguing, if they put it on for free, who's going to go there? Well, I still remember Vince Scully. And Gil Hodges hits a home run to win the game. You think you're enjoying it sitting at home. You have no idea how exciting it is being out. And why they did that is the same reason that we're starting with sports at Santa Paula and Fillmore, because the technology is brand new. And you want to get something so that if you fail one time, people are going to come back and watch it again. And certainly sports fits that bill. So I've been working at this since 2008, when I saw the void in the marketplace and I saw the internet coming along. And we started live streaming high school sports. The problem is we were a contractor, and I didn't realize that when you get away from high school football, you don't get the viewership that you get when you're done from football. So about a year and a half ago, I started working with these it was 2014. I started working with the Ventura County Office of Education to develop a sports broadcasting and journalism academy. And where we are today is Dr. Morales, the superintendent of the Ventura County Office of Education, who saw what we had done at Santa Paula High School, said, create that model at both Santa Paula and Fillmore High School, and if I will be able to take it to the rest of the high schools in the county. So, same thing, history is a great way of finding out what the future is going to be. And if sports is the one thing that got it started, that's certainly where we are. Now, what comes next? Trusted media in your own local community. This is a Good Morning Fillmore, Good Morning Santa Paula, Good Morning Oxnard, which we're getting started as the model for all cities.
Right. Well, it's a very good answer, Bob. Went very in depth with it for the community to understand. So, but yeah, no, I really it's one of the reasons why I joined Good Morning Fillmore, is to help out the community in any way we can. Being the trusted media source, being the go-to for questions and answers, the middleman between the city and the citizens. So I think that's going to be a really great program, especially when Good Morning Fillmore starts growing and we have more of a following where we can offer students internships and offer them pretty much their dreams that they never really thought could be achievable, but it starts here locally.
Right on. Right on. We're on the same wavelength, baby.
Yeah. Alrighty, Bob. Well, it's been a pleasure having you. Do you want to leave off on any other notes?
Well, I'd like everybody to know why, okay? And as everybody can see in the background, believe it or not, that was my high school in Brooklyn, New York. It's one of three schools developed by my grandparents' generation that was geared towards creating what the industries needed in the 60s, and that was engineering. And I'm proud to say that I am a graduate chemical engineer with 10 years for Mobil Oil, and decided that California was too beautiful not to bring my family to. Mobil wouldn't transfer me. I became an entrepreneur. It's in a way, and let the audience, I'd like to let the audience know, it's in my genes to be a visionary. Okay?
Yes.
My grandfather, Harry Allen, started the first taxi cab company in New York City in 1907. He brought the taxi meters in from Switzerland. For me, when I became an entrepreneur, I made the first cup holder in a moving vehicle in the 70s when we were involved in the van conversion business. In the 80s, we were import-export and got a chance to work with many companies in Taiwan and mainland China, but decided that we have to do something for our own community. And what I did was start a paid internship with a product that the football player Chuck Muncie and I were involved with. And the reason I'm bringing this up, Adrian, is I have found that the teenagers of today are not the same as the teenagers when you were young. In other words, they think everything is coming. So the one thing that I wanted to do was teach students how to have a job, how to have responsibility. So we literally started a paid internship program for the broadcasting students, and that is my hope of what to do in the future, because these sports broadcasting students are going to be your journalism students too. So hopefully next year we're sitting here talking, and instead of you talking to me, you're talking to one of the students at the sports center,
Oh yeah.
and you're saying, hey, what went on last week? How did the Fillmore teams do? So
Yes. That's
that's
definitely
about
not
what we're trying to do.
All right. Well, thank you, Bob, for joining us for this episode. And if you guys are coming to the end of this video with us, we're going to go ahead and ask you, if you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. You can go ahead and give it a follow, share it around so people get the word out on Good Morning Fillmore, as well as feel free to follow me on my Instagram, my personal Instagram. It's my first name, Adrian, dot my last name. You can see it right there, without the T, though. All right. Thank you guys for joining us, and have a blessed day. We'll see you.